Now, there's much suspense around the talked-about deal of the century, a plan which, according to Washington, promises to give a solution to the longest-lasting conflict in West Asia and in the world, the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. Now, a team in White House comprising Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, and Trump's seasoned longtime advisor, Jason Greenblatt, has been working on the deal for almost 2 years. Jared Kushner seems confident that the plan will work, although Palestinians have already explicitly refused to recognize the U.S. as a mediator in this process.
Look, this has been stuck. This has been stuck for, a long time. There hasn't been a lot of fresh ideas. There hasn't been any breakthroughs in a long time. And the reality is that the situation is getting more and more untenable. And so we didn't create a lot of the problems. I showed up here 2 years ago, but I was given the assignment of trying to find a solution between the two sides. And I think what we'll put forward is a framework that I think is realistic. It's based on it's executionable, it's executable, and it's something that I do think will lead to both sides being much better off. And that was the way I approached it.
The team working on the deal managed so far to prevent any significant leak, leaving the public to guess what the plan may contain. But recently, media reports published some details given out by an American diplomat working on it. Israel would be asked to freeze the expansion of settlements inside the West Bank for 5 years, but it will see the contested Old City of Jerusalem recognized as Israeli territory. Hamas will also be asked to hand over all weapons and put the Gaza Strip under control of the West Bank. Based on Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, and in return for all this, Palestinians will receive generous incentives and donations from Arab neighbors. There seems to be no mention about the possibility of the 5 million Palestinian refugees scattered across West Asia returning to lands and properties they claim as their own. Now, Jason Greenblatt has dismissed all media reports which claimed to be in possession of details on the deal of the century.
And Jason Greenblatt also said that it is now a matter of weeks before the deal gets published. Finally, in the first weeks of June, we will know exactly what this so-called game changer will actually say, what the deal will actually contain, so we will stop speculating. But if we look back at events which took place in the last 2 years, it is very unlikely that the deal will favor actually the Palestinian side of the conflict. In the past 2 years, Donald Trump's administration has been absolutely pro-Israel. They moved the United States Embassy from the internationally recognized capital city of Israel, Tel Aviv, to the wholly contested city of Jerusalem, which also Palestinians claim as their own capital city. The U.S. stopped funding the United Nations agency helping the Palestinian refugees. They decided to give the Golan Heights to Israel to recognize this contested area as a fully Israeli territory. So all these moves were definitely pro-Israel. What has the Trump administration done to favor the Palestinians so far? Well, not much. At least nothing that is in the public domain. Daniele Pagani reporting in Jordan for WION. World is One.